The 28th Beijing Auto Show took place in China, which became the main event in the automobile industry of the country and, I'm not afraid of this word, the world. At the Beijing Auto Show 2024, numerous companies from China competed with the world leaders of the automotive industry, trying to surprise the public and show the most modern models and technical achievements. We visited the show and selected the most futuristic pieces of transportation to show you. Let's get it. Among the hundreds of Chinese electric cars on the show were of course the big global manufacturers, and there's an interesting trend here. American companies, although showcasing their best prototypes, actually recognize that they could do better. For example, representatives of Ford Motor Company said that they will try to maintain its presence in China but will no longer invest in the market, and it's clear why. The company's sales, like those of many of its compatriots, especially those selling petrol models, have sharply declined. They're simply unable to compete with the ever-growing number of Chinese electric vehicles. Plus, the Chinese cars themselves are becoming more and more interesting while competing pretty well on price. Strange as it may seem, rich Chinese prefer European or Japanese brands to their native ones. Therefore, large conglomerates from Europe and Japan, on the contrary, are trying to gain a foothold and increase their presence in the Chinese market. And do you know which strategy they're choosing? World automakers are looking for Chinese partners. For example, Toyota Motor announced that it will team up with Chinese gaming and social networking giant Tencent to work together on the development of artificial intelligence and data processing. Incidentally, Toyota brought its premium Lexus brand to the show. In particular, the futuristic concept LFZL, a car more than 16 feet or 5 meters long with onboard AI artificial intelligence technologies, anticipates the wants and needs of modern-day driver, due to go on sale already next year. And Volkswagen is promoting a partnership with Chinese electric car startup XPeng. By the way, the company brought its cars of the future to the exhibition as well. Meet the X9. It's a brand new MPV that used a new design concept in its production. The car looks really cool and inside is super comfy. To give you an example, it has a very comfortable sofa, a large fridge, color TV, and an AC like no other with multiple directions. The car is very lively and agile. You won't feel that it has a massive size when you drive it on the road. And another interesting thing is that it's a 7-seater. If you need more space, it can be converted into a 4-seat large SUV. XPeng also brought its eVTOL. This concept is already flying, quietly carrying its own weight and the weight of its passengers through the air. In total, it's capable of lifting 9 tons. But the company is still planning to refine it, so there's no market release date as of yet. But sooner or later, you'll be able to buy a car, drive it on the road outside the city, and then take off and fly over the horizon. Switching between ride and flight modes is simple and quick. The folding steering wheel, transparent dashboards, and landing gear add to the futuristic feel that is already off the charts in this concept. The head of Renault recently announced talks with Chinese electric car maker Li Auto and Xiaomi, which unveiled its first electric car at the show. Renault hopes that the cooperation will help the company introduce electric car and smart car technologies. By the way, Renault itself did not come to the exhibition. Can't compete in this type of market. And Xiaomi's electric car caused a real stir at the exhibition. To evaluate the novelty personally, people stood in line for several hours. This is Xiaomi's first stab at electric cars, and guess what? It already received 75,000 orders for SU7 at a price of $30,000 to $40,000. The car offers an engine output of 220 to 495 kilowatt, that's 300 to 673 horsepower, and a range of up to 500 miles or 800 kilometers. Great specs, but why is a phone company making cars at all? Analysts are talking about connectivity. Consumer technology companies want to connect their customers' lives across all their devices, phones, laptops, TVs, and now cars. It's an approach that works well in China, a digital-savvy society where electronic payments are the norm and the convenience of connectivity is more important to most than privacy concerns. Xiaomi's car deeply embedded in the company's ecosystem and is initially connected to Xiaomi smartphones, tablets, as well as Xiaomi's home appliances. For example, you can open the curtains in the living room or start the washing machine while you're in a car. We know, there's already videos floating around the internet showing the SU7's wing falling off on the move. Some people think it's fake or the competitors are playing tricks. Time will tell. After all, even Elon Musk had the glass of the first Cybertruck shattered, so no one is immune to such failures at launch. Moving on, Nissan has announced a partnership with a Chinese company. The conglomerate chose Baidu for partnership, thanks to which it hopes to implement AI technologies in its cars. By the way, Nissan shined at the Beijing Auto Show with its Nissan Hyperforce concept. The car is equipped with an electric drivetrain with solid-state batteries. It's able to develop a power of 1,000 kilowatt, which is 1,360 horsepower. By design, Hyperforce resembles a gasoline supercar GTR and is positioned as a race car. The double-level aerodynamic design under the hood provides downforce and high cooling efficiency. Hyperforce gets a racing angular steering wheel and a windshield wiper mounted in the middle of the windshield. The car is equipped with an all-wheel drive, and there are two driving modes for the car, R and GT. Volkswagen and Mercedes were also present at the show. Representatives of both companies stressed to journalists that they're making great efforts to localize production and maintain the titles of their best-selling foreign cars in China. Partnerships with Chinese tech or car companies have been rumored, but no specifics are available as of yet. At the same time, Mercedes-Benz unveiled 21 new models at the show, including the world's first all-electric G-Class SUV, as well as the first production purely electric Maybach model and the Maybach EQS electric SUV. And Volkswagen promoted its In China for China concept, which aims to adjust to the preferences of users in the PRC. VW held a number of premieres such as the all-wheel drive Audi Q6 e-tron for the Chinese market. The press release states that the car is equipped with advanced technical components such as an 800-volt architecture, powerful electric motors, as well as an advanced battery management system and charging systems. The main innovation of the Chinese version is the 107 kilowatt-hour battery. By the way, the global version comes with only a 100 kilowatt-hour battery. The difference seems to be small, but it allowed to increase the range from 388 miles to 430 miles, or 625 kilometers to 700 kilometers. Also, the new battery supports charging capacity of up to 270 kilowatt hours, which allows you to charge the car from 10 to 80% in just 25 minutes. Also shining on the Volkswagen stand was the new electric Porsche Macan and the Porsche Taycan 4, created specifically for China. The new Taycan promises high performance and luxury lighting. By the way, Volkswagen plans to launch 40 new models in China over the next 3 years and has a lineup of 30 electric cars by 2030 already. And what surprised the Chinese themselves? Well, there are a lot of new products. Zeekr, for example. The company's offices are either already operating or opening in more and more countries and cities in Europe every day. The main novelty of the company at the Beijing Auto Show 2024 was Mix. It's an electric car, the interior of which can be turned into a small room and parking. The front seats turn to face the rear seats, and there's a table between them. The company spokesperson said it's an experiment aimed at young families and also compared it to an iPod on wheels. And it's the 5th model for the brand, which is just 2.5 years old. It's part of China's Geely Group and is positioned as a premium electric car brand. According to the company, Mix will go on sale in China by the end of June this year, without mentioning how much. Did you know that Geely owns Volvo? Now, Volvo has designers working in both Sweden and Shanghai. And so for the Chinese market, overloaded with all sorts of beautiful products, they have created an electric SUV EX30. It has a clean, simple design, a sophisticated audio system, and super easy controls via tablet with a simple interface. Safety and simplicity are the EX30's main advantages. It'll cost between $29,000 to $36,000 in China. As for Teslas at the Beijing Auto Show, there weren't any, even though Elon Musk was in China that day. He met in Beijing with Chinese Prime Minister Lynk Co and others. It's already known that Elon has agreed to cooperate with China's Baidu, and Tesla will use the company's mapping and navigation systems to launch its full autopilot in the country since regulators have, quote, pre-approved it. One of the stars of the exhibition was a new concept electric hypercar MG EXE 181. The car can go from 0 to 60 miles or 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 1.9 seconds and is characterized by an ultra-low drag coefficient, only 0.181. Such outstanding results are achieved thanks to streamlined shapes, improved dodgers, aerodynamic shields on the wheels, and a long tail with active flaps. It even has brake parachutes to stop the car, but neither the power nor the top speed have been revealed as of yet. They're expected to be at least 300 horsepower and 250 miles per hour or 400 kilometers per hour, respectively. And what else? BMW Group brought the best of the best to the show, a total of 15 series. The stand covered almost all luxury car segments, offering various powertrain options, petrol, all-electric, hybrid, and hydrogen fuel cell options. The centerpiece was the new all-electric i4, which the company is betting on in the Chinese market. It led the mid-size luxury coupe segment in 2023, so let's see how it's gonna go now. But the main star was another debutante, the BMW Vision New Class concept car. The press release says it's rich in digital technology and meets new standards for environmentally friendly production. They'll start making it in 2025, first at the BMW Group plant in Germany and shortly after in China. The design of the new class is reduced to bare essentials, with only the BMW grille and the Hofmeister curve on the rear pillar standing out. Analog controls in the concept are kept to a minimum. In addition to the multi-function buttons on the steering wheel and the central display, the driver can interact with the car via the innovative BMW Panoramic Vision system, and for the first time, it displays information across the entire width of the windshield, and in the new class series, it's complemented by the advanced BMW 3D projection display. The only question is, how much is all of that going to cost per month? BMW also presented its new Mini Aceman at the show. The all-electric crossover closes the gap between the new Mini Cooper and the new Countryman. With a length of just over 13 feet or 4 meters, the Aceman will take a fresh look at small cars due to its all-electric drive and a host of digital features. It's a 5-door, and the space inside is organized to comfortably accommodate 5 people and a bit of luggage. In general, there's enough space for a family to go to a country house, which you most likely own if you can afford to buy this car. And what about the Chinese themselves? Well, Dongfeng showed its new extreme off-roader M Hunter at the motor show. It's a part of the M Hero lineup, and the brand originates from the civilian version of the Chinese Hummer military vehicle. M Hunter will cost about $140,000, and for that money, the manufacturer promises everything you can expect from an off-roader. It's basically a safety cage on wheels made of aviation-grade carbon fiber and equipped with various military-grade technologies. It's intended for collections, but probably there's people out there who'd want to get one of these and drive them around. A Chinese Schwarzenegger, perhaps. And Hongqi, the premium brand of the Chinese Fa company, showed a ton of luxury cars. The main event was the presentation of a separate range called Hongqi Golden Sunflower. It includes, among others, Hongqi LS7 SUV, which is now called Hongqi Guiyao in the domestic market. Such cars in China start at $192,000. The company also brought a bright concept car, Hongqi Golden Sunflower. It's a large, streamlined 4-seat sedan with huge guillotine doors. There's also a front-wheel drive M-Class minivan, the Hongqi HQ9, with up to 252 horsepower. Hyper, a sports brand within GAC, brought its new SSR model, Super, Sport, and Race. The car's powertrain consists of 3 electric motors, 1 from the front axle and 2 on the rear. Their maximum combined output is 1,225 horsepower. The range on a single charge is 314 miles or 506 kilometers. The basic Hyper SSR goes from 0 to 60 miles or 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 2.3 seconds, while the advanced versions, Sprint and Ultimate, in 1.9 seconds. The top speed of all versions, however, is limited to only 155 miles or 250 kilometers per hour. The Ultimate version is a race car. It has special settings of chassis and driving electronics. The price for all Hypers starts at $180,000 and goes all the way up to $230,000. Meanwhile, Lynk Co have conquered visitors of the event with a bright show. The company made a presentation of its EMP technology. It will now be furnished in all plug-in hybrid electric vehicles based on the Lynk Emotive platform. The system improves fuel efficiency and reduces emissions while providing a more comfortable and smooth driving experience with increased power and handling. Lynk Co's EMP main drive has a power output of up to 160 kilowatt, and in electric all-wheel drive mode, the total power output reaches 436 kilowatt, enabling rapid acceleration from 0 to 60 miles or 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 4.6 seconds. The cars have a maximum range of up to 300 miles or 245 kilometers. And Jiyue, an electric car manufacturer created by Baidu in partnership with Geely, unveiled its second ever Jiyue SU7 model at the Auto Show. It's officially positioned as a smart electric sedan with artificial intelligence. Its launch is scheduled for the second half of this year. What do we know about it? Well, the various sensors, including radars and cameras, are placed all over the car, which implies advanced driving assistance capabilities. Inside, the cabin will feature a large 6K resolution 3D screen, a semi-circular steering wheel, and ambient lighting. Jiyue also announced at the Beijing Auto Show that it will partner with NVIDIA to create next-gen smart cars. And British company Lotus brought its best to the auto show as well. The Electra R-Type 79 edition, a bespoke model that's design is inspired by the legendary Type 79 race car that won the Formula One Drivers and Constructors Championship in 1978, attracted a lot of attention. The brand also announced the Lotus Chapman Bespoke Service, personalization of any car. Interestingly, it's in China that this first service will be launched. And the company also presented its EMEA Blossom collection, purely electric hypercars with 900 horsepower. Specifically, the first all-electric hypersport SUV, the Lotus Electra R, which features a twin-engine system with a maximum output of 918 horsepower. And where would we be without Lamborghini? Lamborghini brought its new Urus SE plug-in hybrid with 790 horsepower from an electrified drivetrain. The SE goes from 0 to 60 miles or 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 3.4 seconds and reaches a top speed of 190 miles or 312 kilometers per hour. The electric range only, however, is 37 miles or 60 kilometers though. Which car did you like the most? Let us know in the comments, subscribe to our channel, and stay tuned for more from the world of high tech.